He said, I'm not in the habit of giving out money for free. I said, and I'm not in the habit of working for free.
We were sitting in the service and I leaned up toward him and I said, I've just been touched to give $1 million. So when you got up here and you said $1 million, I said, God, I don't know what you're doing, but I know I heard your voice.
You feel like you're in a godly atmosphere.
Monique is standing firm on her belief that Oprah Winfrey and Tyler Perry were involved in damaging her career in Hollywood. The 56-year-old Academy Award-winning actress made this claim during a passionate interview on Shannon Sharpe's podcast. Her ongoing feud with Winfrey and Perry traces back to 2009. She has previously alleged that her career took a hit after she refused to promote their film, *Precious*, without compensation, and after she left Perry, Winfrey, and director Lee Daniels out of her 2010 Oscar acceptance speech, leading to her being blacklisted. To give some context, *Precious* premiered in theaters in 2009, with Monique playing the role of Mary Lee Johnston, the abusive mother of the lead character. Despite earning both a Golden Globe and an Academy Award for her performance, there was tension behind the scenes before the award season. Monique was asked to attend the Cannes Film Festival in France to promote the movie, but she declined because she wasn't being paid to do so, as it wasn't part of her original contract. This decision contributed to the ongoing dispute.
He said, I'm not in the habit of giving out money for free. I said, and I'm not in the habit of working for free.
It appears that Tyler Perry was open to handing out money freely, just not to Monique. Interestingly, around the same time of her situation, Perry made a public appearance at the Potter's House Church, led by the well-known and sometimes controversial Bishop TD Jakes. During this visit, Perry essentially gave away $1 million for activities following the church service.
I didn't even know that he was trying to build this youth center. I didn't even know it, but I know how important the youth are. So we were sitting in the service and I leaned up toward him and I said, I've just been touched to give $1 million.
TD Jakes, a well-known figure in both religious and entertainment circles, has long navigated the bright glare of media attention. His journey from modest beginnings to becoming a highly influential pastor with a massive following has been marked by a mixture of triumphs and controversies. Over the years, Bishop Jakes has built a considerable empire, with his church, the Potter's House in Dallas, Texas, serving as the foundation of his widespread influence. Growing up in West Virginia, Jakes rose to national prominence as the leader of the megachurch, captivating global audiences with his charismatic presence and powerful oratory skills. His messages of faith, hope, and empowerment have resonated with millions, but Jakes' influence isn't confined to the pulpit. His involvement in the entertainment industry has also shaped his public image. His collaborations with big names in music and film, along with appearances on television and in movies, have made him a prominent figure beyond his pastoral duties. However, with such fame comes increased scrutiny, and Jakes has not been able to avoid controversy. Recent reports have raised questions about his associations with certain high-profile individuals, particularly within the hip-hop world. One such connection is with Diddy Combs, the music and business mogul, whose own life has been filled with controversy. The unusual alliance between Jakes, a religious leader, and Diddy has sparked a wave of speculation and conspiracy theories. While Diddy is no stranger to contentious headlines, this new association has added another layer of intrigue to his already complex public image. At the center of the latest online uproar involving Jakes is a viral TikTok video posted by an influencer. The video features a series of serious allegations about Diddy's past relationship with his former partner, Cassie, including accusations of physical and sexual assault. The claims also mention wild parties allegedly hosted by Diddy, at which TD Jakes was rumored to be a regular attendee. The TikTok video further stirred speculation by referencing a secret phone belonging to Diddy's late ex-girlfriend, Kim Porter, whose death has long been shrouded in mystery. As this video circulated widely on the internet, it ignited a firestorm of reactions, leaving many fans stunned, especially in light of Jakes' supposed involvement in these questionable activities. As news of Jakes' alleged presence at Diddy's parties spread, social media erupted with commentary. One user even suggested that this was just the beginning, writing, "This is just the start of what will come out about TD Jakes' ministry. There are many skeletons in his closet and questions surrounding how his ministry is run. His connection to Diddy's parties is only scratching the surface. More is on the way." In response to the growing backlash and the allegations swirling on social media, Jakes appeared to address the rumors during a recent church service, which was streamed live on YouTube. Without naming the specific allegations, he used his sermon to seemingly dispel the claims, declaring them completely false.
Now I'm gonna close with this. I ain't come to convince you or nobody, because I know who I am.
TD Jakes responded to the swirling allegations against him, saying, "I didn't come to convince you or anyone else because I know who I am. This isn't about that. You can think whatever you want. I came to do my job. I came to prophesy as I was commanded. I came to hear the Master say, 'Well done, thou good and faithful servant.'" Despite his attempt to address the situation, the controversy only grew as two individuals recently stepped forward, claiming they had experienced inappropriate behavior from the preacher during their youth. To complicate matters, an unrelated scandal involving his own son made the allegations against Jakes appear more credible to some. Although Jakes has faced difficult situations before, the timing of these events couldn't have been worse for him. According to police reports from Dallas, Jakes' son, Jermaine Donald Jakes, found himself at the center of a scandal after being arrested during a sting operation. Jermaine, the son of the famous preacher who leads a Dallas megachurch, was allegedly caught in a gay sting operation at Kite Park, charged with indecent exposure. Reports suggest that Jermaine exposed himself to two undercover male vice detectives, an incident that starkly contrasts with his father's public image. The arrest affidavit states that the detectives were investigating citizen complaints of sexual activity in the park when they saw Jermaine and other men parked nearby. The detectives followed Jermaine into a wooded area, where he approached them with his genitals exposed through unzipped pants. He allegedly performed a lewd act while maintaining eye contact with one of the detectives. Shockingly, Jermaine made no effort to hide himself, despite others walking and jogging in the area. Further complicating matters, Jermaine listed his place of employment as TD Jakes Ministries in the arrest records, a detail that many found peculiar given the circumstances. Although Jermaine was released at the scene, the incident cast a shadow over his father's ministry. For those unfamiliar, TD Jakes is the founder of the Potter's House, a megachurch with a congregation of 30,000 in South Dallas. This situation is particularly troubling in light of Jakes' well-known opposition to same-sex marriage. The preacher has been criticized by HIV/AIDS activists for stigmatizing certain behaviors, yet his son was caught in a compromising position that contradicts the values his father publicly upholds. In an interview with USA Today, Jakes once stated, "To date, I have not seen scriptural authority that allows me to stand on behalf of God and say, 'I now pronounce you husband and husband or wife and wife.' This is an issue the government is undecided about. The Bible is not." In response to his son's arrest, Jermaine's attorney, Faith Johnson, issued a statement saying, "We are aware of potential allegations involving Jermaine Jakes and are conducting our own investigation into these claims. Given the government's investigation, we have no further comment at this time." While the scandal involving his son is unsettling enough, the preacher could soon face additional legal battles. One of Jakes' former mentees, Manasseh Jordan, recently revealed in a video that victims of the preacher are preparing to file sexual assault lawsuits against him. This revelation suggests that more allegations could surface, potentially complicating the preacher's already precarious situation.
Two of the offenders were not only a victim of grooming, as what I described, but of SA.
Manasseh Jordan, a former mentee of Bishop TD Jakes, who has previously accused the influential Dallas pastor of abuse, revealed that more individuals have stepped forward with similar claims. Jordan has reportedly been in contact with these new victims, It's widely known that Manasseh likely had a close relationship with Bishop Jakes in the past, with one online photo even showing Diddy resting his head on Jakes' shoulders, who is sometimes referred to as the Black Pope. Now it appears that Manasseh has managed to free himself from what he describes as the grasp of the enemy, and is using his platform to support other victims who have endured similar experiences. In a video posted by Manasseh on December 30th, he spoke about the new allegations from additional victims who have come forward against Bishop Jakes. Today, I heard from 2 other victims Manasseh shared in the video. There's so much to discuss. People are going through the same thing that I experienced.
Just recently today, I've heard from 2 other victims that, so it's just a lot to talk about, that experienced the same thing that I experienced.
Manasseh Jordan claims that 2 individuals he recently spoke with have alleged that they were sexually assaulted by Bishop TD Jakes. In the same video, Manasseh elaborated on his conversations with the victims, stating that they confided in him about the abuse they reportedly endured at the hands of Bishop Jakes. According to Manasseh, the victims both shared similar accounts of being allegedly assaulted by the prominent pastor.
But of SA, from the same that me.
It's one thing to publicly oppose gay people, but it's entirely different when your own son becomes entangled in the very issues you condemn. However, it's even more complicated when you yourself are implicated in the same matters you so vehemently speak out against, especially when these accusations may lead to a major legal battle. Manasseh's video resonated deeply with many viewers, prompting a wave of discussion on social media about his revelations concerning Bishop TD Jakes. One individual commented, "Manasseh was on the verge of tears. If he had spoken any longer, I think he would have broken down. He may claim he's not a victim, but I believe he was, or at least came close to becoming one." Another person, who focused on those defending the accused, added, "I've witnessed this kind of situation firsthand. His emotional breakdown gave me chills. The blind devotion that followers show to these men and women, treating them like gods, needs to be broken."
Are you related to Luda?
No, so there was a crossroads where we were both invited to an Illuminati thing, and it had to be one or the other of us, and decisions had to be made. So it was both of us, we were equal. One of us had to cut off all their hair and couldn't do the sideburn thing no more with the point.
So y'all telling me all I had to do was cut my hair to win the best rap album? That's what y'all telling me? Huh?
One last point, and I'm gonna leave it alone. I've never personally been with Quincy Jones, but you, that was your girl, boy. Don't play with these toys. I am to be avoided at all costs. Just go ahead and swallow up that little.
It's incredible, and I always learn something, and I'm just glad to just have him in my life. Great leader. Great leader. Living legend. That's what we sitting in front of, right? Yeah.
Quincy. You.
Okay, so we all know how Cat Williams has been going ham, exposing the elites and the puppets they have trained to follow their every order. We all remember names like Tyler Perry, Oprah Winfrey, and so many more being called out by Cat during the infamous Club Shay Shay interview that aired only a couple of weeks ago. One rapper in particular, though, seems to have dodged quite a bit of heat after being exposed by the comedian, or so he thought. Famous musician and Fast and Furious actor Ludacris is being called out for allegedly being an actual undercover member of the elitist society, the Illuminati. Cat claims Luda was served his career on a silver platter in exchange for some small favors, some of which involved Quincy Jones. And we all know what those favors looked like. Let's not forget the legendary video of Professor Griff that was released over a decade ago.
I think the thing that raised some eyebrows with people is when I dropped the information about Quincy Jones. He set up 6 rings in Hollywood.
In the interview with Shannon Sharpe, Cat fired shots at multiple big names in the entertainment industry. However, he especially called out Ludacris for his ready-made career. He explained that there was a common misconception about his relationship with Luda, as they have been rumored to be cousins, which is far from the truth. Cat claimed that he found these rumors to be wild, as he and Luda weren't related in the slightest. At one point in their careers, they did cross paths. Apparently, they were both invited to attend a secret elitist party where they were allegedly asked to submit to the elitist agenda.
Well, we were both invited to an Illuminati thing, and it had to be one or the other of us, and decisions had to be made. So it was both of us, we were equal. One of us had to cut off all their hair and couldn't do the sideburn thing no more with the points.
Cat hinted that he had to reject the offer, as he didn't want to associate himself with anything of that sort. Contrary to Cat, Luda was intrigued by the offer they made him. They allegedly said he would make a steady $200 million over a period of 20 movies, receiving $10 million each. Although Cat didn't accuse Luda directly, he alluded to the fact that this was the reason he was cast in the Fast and Furious franchise and made a fortune from it. But Cat wasn't done there. He exposed the cult by revealing that whenever the society recruits members by luring them with success, they have to accept the whole package. For those who don't understand, Cat seemed to refer to the fact that celebrities allegedly have to give up control of their lives and accept every decision the society makes for them, placing special emphasis on the fact that all celebs recruited ended up with light-skinned wives. Cat alleged that this offer has been accepted by 7 celebrities apart from the rapper.
It's part of what they give you. Okay, I didn't get it. I'm not mad about it.
How much money they give? 200?
Sir, Fast and Furious is on what number right
10.
now?
200 million, I might need to get me one of them more women that look the same.
That's what they all end up saying at the end of the day.
Cat claimed that he has done nothing but collect information about the industry elites and educate himself on the tricks they plan to play to get talented people on their side, just so they would serve their narrative. He explained that he wanted to protect himself against their antics. He totally exposed Ludacris on mass media. Luda couldn't take the heat and decided to shade Cat in a freestyle. Many fans believe that Luda shouldn't have called out Cat, as Cat had already mentioned that he came with receipts, and if those receipts were to come out, Luda's career would be annihilated. However, the heat of embarrassment got to Luda, so he took his anger to the studio and accused Cat of being jealous of his success. Luda also claimed that he took his sweet time to respond to Cat's diss, which fans saw as utter BS, since the freestyle came within 24 hours of Cat's interview.
Ludacris, swaddled in Gucci linens when I was born. Never been Illuminati, only a Ludanati, and I only left with bitches when coming from any party. Now I'm married with kids, the evolution of life. Never been a clout chaser, never say shit for likes. R.I.P. John Singleton. You never have to flex when you earn every one of your Fast and Furious checks. Afro with the sideburns. Yeah, that's my signature. Addiction's on the rise. Comedians check your temperature.
The freestyle was more of Luda's attempt to save face than to actually negate anything Cat said. Fans noted that all of the bars were just Luda bragging about his wealth in front of Cat and nothing else. He didn't address Cat's claims, and he most certainly didn't deny them. Come to think of it, there are also no lawsuits, no court filings for defamation, or anything against Cat. It kind of makes you think that Cat might be speaking the language of truth and truth only. By rapping about it, Ludacris basically danced around some serious statements. All of Cat's allegations were met with a bunch of mumble-jumble responses from all parties concerned. What he said has been out there for years, so why are they all acting like clowns? His truth got them all shook. They're making money, but Cat is making sense. After Luda decided to start a war of words, Cat Williams shook the industry once again when he released a diss track aimed at the rapper. The actor and comedian made a surprise call on the latest episode of the Death Row Records Founders podcast, where he unleashed his new track that he had been slowly cooking up in response to his rivals' disses. He began his song with one of Denzel Washington's famous speeches, saying,
At 100%, did not come this far to just break down and lose now. I'm going to win. I'm coming for your number one spot. One of us a killer and the other one is not. One of us the villains and the other one a plot.
Cat boldly addressed Luda directly, saying he never thought that the feud would arise after he exposed his shady success. He went on to call Luda Mr. Move It, before shading the rapper's Atlanta origins.
Oh, Chris, I wish it never came to this. And you pissed rapper free for the first time, but you dissed and missed the wrong side of history in a time like this. I'm so ludicrous. Sorry, uterus. You were infant chronicles from proof. In real life.
Cat cleverly dissed Luda for sitting on his behind, while making big bucks with a corporate machine behind him. He expressed that money takes a backseat to him when his morals are being questioned. He pointed out that despite being happily married with kids, Luda was allegedly fooling around with Quincy behind everyone's back.
Fast and furious in real life. You by curious, got a fast car, but you hit the median, another body by comedian. Oh, you heard the interview on Club KJ, I gave them all a payday, I'm still going. So who care what the haters say? Ludacris, he must be out there rapping. That's mine. Made a rap song, but you ain't found line.
A source close to Luda claimed that he might be planning to sue Cat for defamation in the near future. You might be wondering if Cat might actually be jealous, and that the claims are nothing like he had said before. You might not remember, but Cat himself admitted that he got his first Grammy after he shaved off his sideburns and his hair back in 2006. Ludacris earned his first Best Rap Album award for Release Therapy. Unsurprisingly, Luda's album wasn't the best among his competitors, but the higher-ups made it happen.
The winner for the Best Rap Album goes to Ludacris. Is your year, baby!
Y'all telling me all I had to do was cut my hair to win the Best Rap Album? That's what y'all telling me? Huh?
It seems suspicious right now. If we look closely at Luda's inner circle during his early days, it's obvious he had been associating with Quincy Jones quite a lot. We all know that Quincy was indeed a significant presence in the entertainment industry. And if you put two and two together, it's quite probable that Quincy had a big hand in Luda's sudden success. Although nothing has been proven, Quincy has been linked to a lot of allegations throughout his career. For those who don't know, Ludacris has worked closely with Quincy many times, and at one point, he even regarded Quincy as his godfather. During an appearance on The View, Quincy Jones intertwined his fingers with Luda while Luda sang his praises.
A lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom, just like you said, staying relevant over 5 decades. You know, I'm only 1 decade in, so I got some work to do.
6 decades.
6 decades. So, I mean, it's incredible, and I always learn something, and I'm just glad to you know, just have him in my life. Great leader. Great leader. Living legend. That's what we sitting in front of, right?
Quincy?
Kind of sus, don't you think? It's disturbing to see that Jones is more than comfortable letting his off-camera antics creep in while he was on that particular show. Just a minute after interlocking hands with Luda, he started to get handsy with Whoopi Goldberg under the pretext of showering her with praise for her work in one of his movies, The Color Purple.
So I came backstage, they were eating Chinese food on the stage, you know. Whoopi doing that one-woman show.
Yeah.
Now listen. She's the absolute best.
We think so too.
Absolute best.
All right, so don't go anywhere.
Cat alluded to the fact that people like Luda and Quincy have allegedly sold their souls to the industry. But he predicted that all the big names will face the consequences of their actions one way or another in 2024. He even named Diddy, who has been associated with SA and other dark activities. It may sound unhinged, but Quincy once admitted that he used to be in a relationship with Ivanka Trump. In an interview with People, Jones acknowledged that he had a relationship with Trump's daughter and noted that she possessed a great pair of legs. Although the age gap is becoming less significant day by day, it's rather troubling to know that Quincy dated someone young enough to be his granddaughter. For context, at the time of the relationship, Quincy would have been 72, while Ivanka would have been 24. Anyway, American rapper Professor Griff dropped some tea about Quincy Jones being involved in shady activities in Hollywood during a public expose. Griff revealed that he formulated 2 different research groups to dig up information on Jones. He explained that his team concluded that Jones was at the center of a very big intimacy ring that allegedly preyed upon young and innocent talents, bending them to his twisted desires.
Quincy Jones brought in Fresh Prince.
Yes, he did.
And his first movie was what? 6 Degrees of Separation. More than Queen Latifah.
Set it off.
Queen Latifah set it off, licking and kissing on women. Are you following me?
Yes.
Kevin Campbell. His little sweet up and down Hollywood Boulevard.
Griff later explained that the legendary rapper Tupac was also not safe from Quincy's clutches. He noted that in the entertainment industry, there is a ritual that everyone who wants to join the high society must participate in. Griff revealed that Tupac himself admitted at one point that Quincy asked him to engage in intimacy with him. And as you can imagine, Tupac refused. Professor Griff speculated that he believes Tupac's refusal was the main reason behind his untimely demise all those years ago. According to Griff's theory, Quincy and other high-ups infuse criminal culture into music and, in turn, reap monetary benefits from it. Before he dismissed the notion of Quincy being involved in Tupac's death, remember that Tupac was planning to do a solo album with Young Noble through Quincy's record company. Not to mention, Cat also claimed that higher-ups tried to manipulate young talents by luring them into a money trap. We all know there have been rumors about a dress-wearing emasculation ceremony, in which black celebs have to participate in order to make real money in the industry. In a recent interview with Jamal Finley on his YouTube channel, Black Tree, Cat finally spilled the beans on this dress-wearing scheme. You might be familiar with Cat's thoughts on the hot controversy surrounding Kevin Hart wearing a dress in his SNL skit, but Kevin wasn't alone in this trap. Eddie Murphy and Jamie Foxx were right beside him to keep him company.
Let's be very, very clear. It is possible that there isn't anything funnier than a guy in a dress. And if that's the case, then it might also be said that there's nothing funnier than a black guy in a dress.
Cat highlighted the irony of the situation, as the majority of the audience found amusement in witnessing a black man wearing a dress. However, he alluded to the fact that such a reaction would unlikely be reciprocated if the roles were reversed and their fair-skinned counterparts were in a similar position. Williams carefully indicated that he has observed many artists facing the same hurdle time and time again in their careers. Considering Williams' observation, it can be suspected that someone above has been discreetly targeting black icons to dampen their image in the public eye. It has long been thought that the secret society might just be a figment of imagination. However, The Guardian published an article back in 2009 confirming the existence of such a society. It is the most elite club in the world, known as the Good Club, a name given to the tiny global elite of billionaire philanthropists. Some familiar members include Bill Gates, George Soros, Warren Buffett, Oprah Winfrey, David Rockefeller, and Ted Turner. But there are others too, like business giants Ely and Edith Broad, who are equally wealthy but less well known. Cat revealed that he himself has been attacked by the Illuminati, but he has stood his ground despite the losses he had to bear.
I didn't understand that. They had to sting me 1,000,000 times. I'm still not going to join, but I respect it a little more.
Aside from Cat, Dave Chappelle has also been extremely vocal about the obstacles he has faced when he allegedly refused to be controlled. According to him, being true to himself is the most difficult thing for him and his comrades. Dave recalled that the first time he encountered the cross-dressing trap, he realized that the higher-ups were breathing down his neck. He explained that when he was filming a project, The director wanted to force him into wearing a dress under the pretense of following in the footsteps of other great comedians. However, Dave bravely stood his ground, and in the end, his persistence prevailed, leading the director to bring him an alternative script. Kat shared that he also went through a similar experience where he was pressured by his own friend to wear a dress alongside him. Martin Lawrence, who was one of Kat's dearest friends, went on a hiatus a few years back. He promised Williams that when he decided to return to the industry, he would ask Kat to star in a film. However, it later turned out to be mere lip service, as the film Martin presented to him required Kat to put on a dress.
Martin, you got my motherfucking word. Go do what you gotta do. When you come back, I'm in your movie. Don't trip. I don't need to see the script or nothing. You know we get in that office and this fool pull out Big Mama's House too. I almost died. And I gotta read this script from all these good white people. Where this want me to get in a dress with him.
The comedian unveiled that Kevin Hart is also one of those who initially rejected the ceremony, but later sold his morals for a hefty price.
Kevin told you he wasn't gonna wear no dress until they offered him the dress, and then he put it on. And what did he say after he wore it? I made my own decision. Duh. But you didn't make it before they brought it up, did you?
In addition to that, Kat revealed that after Kevin decided to step back from his morals, all of the movies he rejected went to Kevin. Kat explained that the basis of his rejection was the over-the-top gay concept in the storyline. Now you might have realized what has been going on behind the scenes. Kat explained that after rejection, people would try to gaslight him into believing he did something wrong. He alleged that these people were the gatekeepers we keep hearing about in conspiracy theories.
They tell you that there's no gatekeepers, but we keep seeing the same people open the gate. Didn't Kevin open the gate and let Tiffany in? What do you mean ain't no gatekeepers? There's 100 gates out here. Everyone I've seen got a keeper.
Kevin tried to troll Kat on every single platform known to man. He first took to Twitter, saying, "Got to get that anger up out of Champ. It's honestly sad. In the meantime, please enjoy my movie trailer for my next film, Lift, which will be dropping on Netflix in 8 days. There is a moment in the trailer where Gumaro says, 'They really love you.' I now know she's talking about Kat Mario Calendar's world. This one is special." Then Kevin discussed Kat in his interview with Kevin McCarthy, deeming Kat as entertainment for him.
I said it, and this sums it up well. Like you don't entertain the circus, you watch it, right? And when a lion comes out and rides the bike, you don't think about it too hard. You just go, okay, that's crazy. The lion's riding the bike, and then you go home and enjoy the rest of your day.
Anyway, it's undeniable that Cat Williams is widely regarded as one of the funniest comics of his generation, known for his unfiltered humor and energetic performances in blockbuster stand-up specials. However, despite his talent and ranking among Hollywood's comedy greats, Williams hasn't received the same level of mainstream exposure as some of his contemporaries. It doesn't take a genius to realize what's taking place behind the scenes. At one point, Cat even announced that he was retiring in the wake of blatant favoritism in the industry.
I'm just gonna go ahead and announce my retirement from stand-up. I'm kind of done. I've already discussed it with my kids. I wasn't really gonna do it on a Seattle street. I was gonna go to Los Angeles and do it in the offices of ICM or Live Nation.
Despite facing many challenges, Cat has always remained relevant to this day. Apart from that, Cat's revelations about Harvey Weinstein quadrupled the credibility of his claims. You might not remember, but long before Harvey was convicted, Cat spoke out against him, revealing that Harvey wanted him to do inhumane things. Fast forward a couple of years, and Harvey was placed behind bars for inappropriate behavior towards young actors. Weinstein was charged with sexual assault in 2018. As per The Guardian, he was found guilty of 3 out of 7 felonies in 2020 and received a 23-year sentence. Weinstein currently serves at the Mohawk Correctional Facility in New York and is scheduled to be released in 2043. However, from there, he will be taken into custody and transferred to a prison in California for another 16 years. Cat later confessed that after years of noticing the injustices taking place, he decided to stand up for his people. He alleged that Michael Jackson and R. Kelly were supposedly part of this disgusting system. Cat vowed that he'd expose every corrupt person in the industry, regardless of their skin color. He claimed that the elites have a system in place that forces recruits not to speak about the satanic rituals taking place in Hollywood. However, fans believe every word that comes out of Cat's mouth. I believe everything he says. He despises lies and liars. Cat reminds me of my grandfather in that he, too, hated liars. Once you have been around someone who always speaks the truth, you tend to recognize that characteristic in others. Integrity means more to Cat Williams than money, fleeting fame, or fair-weather friends and associates. I wholeheartedly respect that man. He is supremely funnier than the comics he mentioned. So, what do you think? How much truth is there to Cat's claims? Will Ludacris ever revive his career and recover from the shots that have been fired? Let us know in the comments below. And if you liked this video, click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to be the first to see my next video. I post updates like this every week, where I uncover the secrets of your favorite celebrities.